Good morning. It's just past 2 a.m. and I'm off to the airport for what's known as Slip and Tub's Excellent Adventure. So we are flying, or going to respective airports and then flying into Sydney, and then we're heading for a loop around the Blue Mountains on ye olde push bikes. So it should be fun. Come along for the ride. Sydney Airport, yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah, we've just finished setting up the bikes and we're going to hit the road. No, not literally, but
Negotiate the traffic to the airport, to the train station.
To the train station, by the bike store, because Jason stuffed up. More on that later. Lunchtime with refreshments. With refreshments. You can guess what it is.
No.
Hey. Well, finally got some clear air. We now got off one station too early. What was that station?
One station.
Glenbrook. When we're supposed to go to Springwood. Oh well, that's what happens. You just ride the rest of it, don't you?
Getting there. A few less gears, but we'll probably sort that out later.
Well, good morning. Day two of the Slip and Tub's Excellent Adventure. We're in Katoomba at the moment. It was a wet ride in, so there wasn't much footage from yesterday. Today is probably going to be even worse. However, we'll get the camera out to make sure we get enough footage for the day of the most off-road most off-roading that we're going to do. So stay tuned. We're finally off the highway and make our way down to the valley. Now we got no cars, some sweeping bends, absolutely beautiful looking at the trees with all this water on them. It's magic out here now.
And we're going up after the creek crossing. the bottom of the valley. Please tell me this is the top. Ah, man.
Well, day two, coming up to the end of day two, we're almost finished the 6-foot track. It's been persistent drizzle all day, and the last section of the track is just brutal climbs, like just go for days, but you know, we munched them out, got it done, and now it's leveled off a bit and we're on the way to Jenolan Caves for the night. The bushfire's been through here, but it doesn't look like they contain the heat or the ferocity of some of the other bushfires, because the crowns are all still intact and there's green shoots that are already coming out of the ground and the side of the trees. So all in all, I think they were pretty lucky up here actually, be it it's pretty catastrophic for the animals, but we were making statements that it's like a ghost town in here, but then the birds put a kibosh on that and came out and started singing for us earlier, so that was nice. Anyway, well, I might get some more footage before the end of the trail, but there's really not much, it's just fire road now. So yeah, hope you enjoyed a few of the clips from the day. I'll throw a few photos in as well that we took as stills into the clip. So here and here, and then yeah, so we didn't get the GoPro out all the time, it was just a bit too inconvenient with all the wet weather. Cool, later. What's he doing over there? I'm sorry if the lens is not clean, there's nothing dry left to clean it with, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Basically, if you look behind me, done and dusted. We're about to turn out onto Jenolan Road and head to the Caves house for some well-earned beers and a good night's sleep. So yeah, doable. It makes it difficult in the wet, just you're wet, but the track gets a bit slimy as well, so it doesn't matter how much gearing you got, traction's still a problem. How cool is this? Breakfast time. Hey, 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 sunshine. Blue skies. You can see some cyclists that have turned up in Jenolan Caves on the modern safety bike of the era.
The bike here is probably only a decade old in its design, and these guys in 1903 have turned up for, it looks like, a small vacation similar to what we have here at Jenolan Caves house. Let's make a reenactment of that photo, but in the modern era. So as per the photo you just saw on the wall from 1903, this is 2020 with modern steeds, and we're about to head up that hill. But the stay here in Jenolan Caves was tip top, I reckon. Cool, let's get into it. Well, finally off the main road, which is good. Cruising the fire trails now, basically into Oberon. The weather's been good to us today. They were predicting rain, but it's come up trumps. So it's a bit overcast. We had sun at least coming out of the caves, and now we're just cruising downhill into Oberon. It's a pretty big push up the hills, basically 8 k's up until we finally got some downhill sections. So let's enjoy it. Hey, fellow bikepackers, who we've got Dan, Ben,
I'm Dan.
and Dan.
Yeah.
And these guys are doing the bicentennial track from Victoria down at Wilson's Promontory, and then they're heading all the way up to far north Queensland. So
All the way up to the southernmost point to the northernmost point, that's the plan. And then we'll dip the bikes in the water when we get up to the top.
did you do the rear at the bottom of at Wilson's Prom?
Actually, we didn't.
I started at the bottom of Tassie,
Kayaked across the Bass.
and then ran across Tasmania, then kayaked across the Bass, and then started this. So I touched the water of the box.
Perfect, well done. Yeah, that's the Overlander tradition.
That's it.
Awesome, guys. Well, best of luck and enjoy the rest of the trip.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Nice to meet you.
guys.
Oh, good morning. Day 4. We're in Lithgow at the moment. We have to head up to Katoomba, and the only way out of Lithgow is up. Doesn't matter which way you try, there's 3 ways you can, but they all go up. So expecting a solid 3 hours in the saddle to move 20 k's today, but that's all part of the fun. So if there's some rock formations around here, I'll try and show you. It's a bit hard for scenery when you're in the bottom of the valley. Wonderful hiker bike section in here, over trees, rocks, upstairs. It's going to be a long 3 kilometres. Rock formations up here are beautiful. Also note the regrowth on the trees. So it didn't get too hot for them, and it's good that it's going to be a reasonable recovery. Here we are at the Hydro Majestic. It's a very popular upper class establishment for holidaying people that go out of Sydney and head to the Blue Mountains. Hello punters. Yes, we have been at the Carrington Hotel. It's a very upmarket establishment in Katoomba, and we've been enjoying some local craft beers on tap, and yeah, I think we've had enough actually.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, highly recommended. If you come here, even in your cycling gear, they didn't make us feel unwelcome at all. They were quite happy to continue serving us beer all day.
What it means is we didn't get kicked out.
Yeah. So now we're going to get on our bikes and ride to the accommodation, but via Dan Murphy's, as you do. So yeah, highly recommend the Carrington Hotel. As you can see, the surrounds are beautiful. It's like, you know, it's a place you've got to come and visit Katoomba. Yeah, they got the rocks and that sort of stuff, but it's like some of the old architecture and the rooms and that sort of thing is just awesome. Highly recommended. Good morning, it's day 5 and we're off to have some brekkie. The weather's not looking too flash today. A bit more rain than what's forecast, but oh well. These are the things you do when you're on holiday, and you just accept what you got and power on. Well, more Blue Mountains National Park. We've got the downhill section now down to Western Sydney. So it's, I think about 20, Glenbrook, 28 k's. So we'll bomb down the fire trails here. There's a bit of single track as well at the end of it, and then pop out in Western Sydney. Just bombing down from Woodford. This track is awesome. We just had some good downhill section that had nice rock formations in the centre of the track that gave you a little bit of air as you were going through. There's also a jump. How'd you go at the jump, Justin?
Probably about that much.
Nice, yes. Yes,
Bit tentative with the stuff on the back.
yes, there was some good air happening down there. It was heaps of fun.
Know where you are going.
Do you know where you're going?
I don't know. That way. Reason, some areas of the Blue Mountains have special restrictions on bicycle use.
Do they stop working once you get to that point?
Yeah, I think they just fall,
They just fall apart.
just fall apart, you know.
Keep to the track and don't speed.
I didn't see any speed signs.
Trail is wet. Choose another trail or day to ride.
Yeah.
When you come across a muddy section of trail, go through it, not around it. Carry your bike across soft stream beds if an engineered crossing is not available.
Then you get wet feet.
Yeah,
I can't feel my feet.
you were here.
I think
Oh yeah, we started up there.
Yeah, we're on the Woodford Oaks Fire Trail, and we're at the Oaks now. And I think we've got to just continue down the Oaks Fire Trail through to the Ironbarks, I think it is, and then up to Parkgate entrance, and then into Glenbrook, and then I think we can go along the river up to Emu Plains there. See the old road? I think is that the old road, or is that the train?
Oh, that's the train. Yes, that's the train.
Oh, there you have it. Woodford Oaks Fire Trail. What a blast. Great way to end our Blue Mountains tour and head back into the Big Smoke.
It's just rotten. Well, thing.
Just fell down by itself. After a whirlwind tour of the Blue Mountains, we have finally arrived back in Sydney. 113k so far today, so not too shabby in the saddle. Opera House for you overseas people, yes, that's the Opera House. Sydney Tower's a really small thing now, it's like, so 1980s over there, irrelevant really. And the harbour, you hear about it, lots of songs. This is the harbour, everyone. So yeah, that was it. We're going to go for a trip across the harbour bridge, hopefully, on our bikes. Looked like there was a security man up there. Didn't look too flash or inviting. We'll go for a quick run across the bridge, and then we'll head to our accommodation, check in, and go and find some beers. Or we might even get the beers before we get the accommodation, who knows. Lord Nelson's on the way, so it's quite dangerous. Pretty exciting, crossing the harbour bridge on bikes. Something us visitors rarely get a chance to do, if at all get a chance to do. It's just a different feeling to be able to cross from one side of the harbour to the other under your own steam. view's awesome. Sydney did a pretty good job with the weather today while we left, and it was absolutely bucketing down rain in Katoomba. We stuck with it, and then by the time we got to Penrith it stopped raining, it was just overcast, and then we've had some sun this afternoon as we've come into Sydney, so all round we've been pretty lucky. Getting to watch the sunset over the harbour. Yeah, good way to top off the weekend, I reckon. Oh, shock. But Lord Nelson. 3 sheets, pints, just chilling out now. Big day. Couple here, and then we'll make our way into Martin Place, where the day will officially end, and then we'll walk around, try and buy some dinner.
There are on that ship.
I know.
On one deck, just count them.
You reckon there's like 5,000 people will be on that ship, and that's just the exterior ones. That's not the interior cabins. You know how it's like, and there's the or also known as tight ass.
Steerage.
Up on the right hand side here, we're just going past, we're coming into Circular Quay. On my left is where the cruise ships will be, and you'll see just here is the original house where, if I recall correctly, it was the some sort of stores master or someone of Sydney Harbour when Sydney was first settled. Very interesting.
The toaster. It's always been the toaster. Everybody knows it's been the toaster for the last 30 years. And just in front of me here is Circular Quay Railway Station. Hasn't changed ever. Day 6 ride around Sydney Harbour and the southern beaches, including Bondi today. It was raining overnight and raining this morning, but fortunately we were able to just stay a little bit longer in our room, and we have now got no rain. The sky's trying to clear, but some good views nonetheless, and no crowds because they're all at work. So QE2 is in port. So as you can see over my left hand shoulder is the QE2, and then that's another aspect of the bridge that you wouldn't have seen yesterday. Into the front of us, Opera House, and another famous attraction of Sydney is of course the ferry rides. You get fast cats, you get the standard ferry. But if you're ever in Sydney, highly recommend catching the ferry to Manly. It's a good trip, see a bit of the harbour and how some of the other people live. Over in the distance there, just under the bridge, is Luna Park. Got closed down, what, in the 90s, was it? And then and then the uproar and that sort of stuff, and they restored it, and it's now a nice attraction for people that like a bit of, you know, fun fare, I suppose. Another feature on the harbour is Fort Denison, as you can see over my left shoulder there. It was built in, or started construction in 1841 and completed construction in 1857, and then it was subsequently closed down in the 1930s. Built as a fortress on the harbour. Yeah, it's now part of the National Trust and heritage listed out there on the harbour. So yeah, the ferries get pretty close to it, so you can get a bit more of a spectacular view. And I believe there's tours on it too, so if that's your thing, maybe get on a tour. The Royal Botanic Gardens. No riding in here, so we're having to walk our bikes. But yeah, it's a nice garden. It's a good viewing vantage point for, I suppose, the fireworks if you're into that sort of stuff around the New Year's Eve. But yeah, it's nice, quiet, sort of green part of the city. Down in Woolloomooloo, Harry's Cafe de Wheels. Now this has been an institution since 1945. Did I get that right? Yes, I got it right. What's known as the tiger pie. So you can basically get whatever pie flavour you like, and then it comes with the traditional Harry's Cafe de Wheel formula of mashed potato and peas on top of that pie. So I had a veggie pie with a veggie tiger. That thing was absolutely spot on, and it's not too hot so I don't burn the mouth, but highly recommend. Woolloomooloo, Harry's Cafe de Wheels. So we're on the Sydney headland, the southern headland. We're not there yet, but we're on our way. We thought we'd stop at the Macquarie Lighthouse behind me here. The significance of this lighthouse is it was built in 1818 and was the first original navigational light source and longest standing light source for naval navigation. So it is a quite significant structure and history behind us. Right, we're just making our way down into Bondi itself. We took a few wrong turns, but we sort of meandered our way through the back streets and about to pop out onto the beach. Cruise along the foreshore down at Bondi. We had a nice lunch at the RSL, and the good thing about the RSL, it's a good price, good beer, and the sun's come out while we've been in having our feed, so it's turned out to be a nice afternoon, but unfortunately it's going to be short-lived. We're now on our way to the airport, so yeah, get a bit more as we go along, but not much more to show, unfortunately. The holiday has come to an end. Still here? Well, since you've put up with me for this long, you get to have some numbers. So for the 6-day tour, it was 520.29 kilometres with a total climb of 6,534 metres over a total ride time of 31.65 hours. Now that includes the couple of beer runs that we had and a little bit of commuting around, and also riding from door to the airport and back. So this was a total bike adventure. There was no car to the airport, no taxi to the airport, rode to the airport, boxed up, flew, unboxed, built, flew back, rode home. So it was a true adventure. So in the description below, I've included the ride with GPS links for each day. So, you know, there's something for everyone. So if you want to go for an adventure, look down there. There's 6-foot track. There's how to get from Jenolan Caves to Lithgow. There's a different way up Mount Victoria. So, you know, something for everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure. I've enjoyed riding it. I haven't enjoyed going back to work, but that's another story. And we can't wait to have another adventure like it. So thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you on the next ride. Cheers, guys.